Namaskar. Welcome to my class once again. Today we shall discuss John Donne's The Sun Rising. Let us find out what the poet talks about in this poem. This poem has been divided into three stanzas of 10 lines each. Let us find out what he says in the first stanza. Busy old fool, unruly son, why dost thou thus through windows and through curtains call on us? The poet is asking a question. The poet is lying in bed with his beloved, with his wife, and just as those who trespass into the garden of others, now suppose a small child trespasses into, enters the garden of another person, what would the other person do? He would scold him. Similarly, in the first few lines, the poet scolds the son. And how does he scold him? He says, "You busy old fool, you unruly son, why dost thou thus through windows and through curtains call on us?" So it's a question. This is called a rhetorical question. Now, the purpose is not to get an answer. Rhetorical questions are written to heighten the effect, to produce a dramatic effect. What he is saying? ଗୋଟେ ଗାର୍ଡେନ ଭିତରକୁ ଯଦି ପିଲାଟେ ପଶି ଯାଇଥିବ without taking the permission of the owner, and suppose he is found plucking fruits from the garden, ଓନର ତାକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ କହିବ, ଆରେ ବଦମାସ, ତୁ ମୋ ଗାର୍ଡେନ ଭିତରେ କାହିଁ ପଶିଛୁ, ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ଚୋର, ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ବଦମାସ. Similarly, the poet is chiding the son, he is scolding the son, he is saying, "You busy old fool." As if son is a human being, as if son is standing in front of him and he is scolding him. This is personification. So he is saying, "You busy old fool, you unruly son, you are unruly." Because why he calls him unruly? Because you don't obey the rules and regulations, the norms of decency. You are indecent. You don't accept the norms of decency. Why you are doing? Why does thou thus through the windows and through curtains call on us? So why are you interfering? Why are you entering into the room where the lovers are? So where the lovers are, lovers have a different world of their own. They don't accept any interference. They don't accept any infringement. They don't, like when their privacy is interfered. ଯେତେବେଳେ ତାଙ୍କ ୱାର୍ଲଡ ଭିତରେ କେହି ଗୋଟେ ପଶି ଲଭର ମାନଙ୍କ ୱାର୍ଲଡରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡିଷ୍ଟରବାନ୍ସେସ୍ କ୍ରିଏଟ୍ କରେ, ସେତେବେଳେ ଦେ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଇଟ୍, ଦେ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଆପ୍ରିସିଏଟ୍ ଇଟ୍. So ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି, so son, why are you entering the room, entering our bedroom where we two lovers are lying, where we two lovers are taking rest, and why are you interfering in our lives? You old fool, you unruly creature, why are you entering? Why are you illegally, unlawfully, without taking permission, entering into our lives? And why do you call on us? So this type of questioning is called, as I just told you, rhetorical questioning. RHETORICAL, rhetorical questioning. Purpose, just as I told you, is not to get an answer, but to create a dramatic effect. And then he says, "Most to thy motions, lovers seasons run." Another question, another rhetorical question. He's asking, we lovers, should we be impacted by your kind of, I mean, you have a schedule. The sun rises in the morning. But why should lovers get up in the morning? Why should lovers leave their beds in the morning? I mean, your movements, your schedule, why should we accept that? Why should we lovers submit to whatever timings you have fixed for everything? So then he calls him, you saucy, pedantic wretch, go chide late school boys and sour apprentices. Go tell court huntsmen that the king will ride. Call country ants to harvest offices. So why are you interfering in our lives? So if you are so spirited, so interested to interfere in the lives of others, please go and do something else. I will tell you, I will suggest what other tasks you can perform. So instead of interfering in our lives, you can do so many other things. What else the son can do? He is suggesting him. So, you saucy, pedantic wretch. Saucy is animated or spirited. If you are so spirited, if you are so animated, if you are so interested in interfering into the lives of others, you can do so many other things. And pedantic, what is pedantic? Pedantic is excessively concerned with minor details, or somebody who is over scrupulous, very careful about everything. Oh, 6 o'clock. This is the time of your rising. You come and disturb us. No, no, this is the time of rising. Why are you lying in bed? Can't we lie in bed for some more time? We are lovers. This is our world. The lovers have a world of their own. We are lying in our bed. Why should you interfere? Mind your business. Why should you interfere in our lives? So please do one thing. If you want to interfere in the lives of others, if you want that everything should be controlled as per your schedule, if you want that everything must happen in this world the way you wish, go na. Late school boy, go chide the late school boys and sour apprentices. No, if you want to go, you go. Scold the school boys who are late to school. They have already become late. They are not willing to go to school. So please go and tell them to go to school immediately. Apprentices, apprentices. Who are apprentices? When someone is newly learning an art, he is an apprentice. The person who has a greater knowledge of things is a specialist, and one who is newly learning something is an apprentice. So please go. They are not interested in their job. Please go and disturb them. Please go and wake them up. And go and tell the court huntsman that the king will ride. You can also do this. Go to the king's court. Go to the people, the huntsmen of the king, those who accompany the king when he goes on a hunting expedition. You go and tell them king is ready. He wants to go on a hunting expedition. So you people get ready. They will get ready. Call country ants. Call country. Call country. Caw sound repeated. So this is an example of alliteration. So call country ants to harvest offices. So country ants are actually the farm laborers, the peasants. Go and tell the peasants to go to the fields to work hard so that we can get food. So instead of doing all these things, instead of disturbing these people, why are you disturbing the lovers when they are lying on their bed? Why should the lovers obey your motion? Why should the lovers submit their wishes to your wish? तो वो कथा कहीं मानू हमें? We have a different world. We live in a different world. Our world is different from that of yours. We do not want to submit to your wishes. तो वो कथा मानिबा पे बाध्य नो. Love all alike. No season knows, nor climb, nor hours, days, months, which are the rags of time. He says lovers actually they are not impacted by such considerations like climate, season, hours, days, months. They are not concerned about passage of time. They are not concerned about what is happening to the physical world. They are not concerned about what is happening, how things are going in the physical world. Lovers have a different world of their own, and they most of the time they want to live in that world. So these are but rags of time. What is the meaning of rags of time? These are, my dear friends, they are passing and immaterial. Passing and immaterial, things which are fleeting, fleeting, fleeting in nature. Those who continue for a short time. These are considerations of the physical world. एगुड़ाक सब फिजिकल वर्ल्ड कथा आम जो रियल वर्ल्ड रे रोचे से वर्ल्ड कथा एगुड़ाक सब लवर्स वर्ल्ड इज ए डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड इट्स ए मेटाफिजिकल वर्ल्ड सो लवर्स वर्ल्ड सेठी हम रहूचु तू सेठी काहे आसी डिस्टर्ब करछु व्हाई आर यू डिस्टर्बिंग अस सो दीज आर बट रैग्स ऑफ टाइम सच थिंग्स आर पासिंग एंड इमैटेरियल they are fleeting and temporary whereas love is eternal, love is everlasting. Real love is eternal, that continues forever, that remains forever. So I am sorry, my friend, please don't disturb us. So that is what the poet says. That is how the poet addresses the son and scolds him, chides him. If you want to disturb others, go. So many scopes are there for you. So many alternatives are there for you. We are lovers. We have a world of our own. We want to live in our world. There is no place for you, I am sorry, my dear friend, in our world. Thy beams, second stanza. So reverend and strong, what shouldst thou think? Oh ho! Now, initially, my dear friends, people thought, astronomers thought, that Earth was at the center of everything, and all other stars and planets were revolving around it. But in the 16th century, it was discovered that Sun was actually at the center. Sun was at the center of everything, and all other planets were revolving around it. So Sun now occupies a very important position. Sun is the source of all energy. So Sun is revered, honored, respected as the source of all types of energy, as the giver of energy. So then he asks another rhetorical question. Thy beams, so reverent and strong, why shouldst thou think? Oh, you are so proud of yourself. Why are you so proud of yourself? Oh, you think your beams are very strong and powerful, and people look to you with a sense of respect. Oh, that is what has made you very proud. You have become arrogant. You have become proud. But it's not so, my friend. You are not powerful. I could eclipse and cloud them with a wink. So if I simply close my eyelids, your beams will not be visible anymore. Are ଯେତେବେଳେ sun is Sunbeams are falling, and you simply close your eyes. What happens? Everything becomes dark. You are no more able to see the sun. You are no more able to see the sunlight. So he says, I could eclipse you, I could block or cover you, my dear friend, very easily. It's not so difficult to cover you, to block your rays, to block you from vision. So it's a simple thing. It's a very simple thing. If I just close my eyes, then you will not be visible at all. You think you are so powerful, but I am powerful. I am much more powerful than you. But that I would not lose her sight so long. But why I am not closing my eyes? I am not closing my eyes, shutting my eyelids, simply because if I do that, I will not be able to see my beloved for that much time. ଯେତିକି ସମୟ ମୁଁ ଆଖିଟା ବନ୍ଦ କରିବି, my beloved will be out of my sight. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଆଖି ବନ୍ଦ କରୁନି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଆଖି ଖୋଲା କରିକି ରଖିଛି. But that I would not lose her sight so long. But if her eyes have not blinded thy, I think my beloved is so beautiful, so attractive, so charming, that and her eyes are so powerful that I think her her eyes must have blinded yours, that of yours, your eyes. ତା ଆଖି ଗୁଡାକ ତ ତତେ ଅନ୍ଧ କରିଦବା କଥା. ତୁ କଣ, why are you so proud that your rays are blinding? Your rays can blind somebody. ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟଙ୍କୁ ଚାହୁଁଛେ, ଆମେ କଣ ତାକୁ ଠିକ ସେ ଚାହିଁପାରୁଛେ, ସିଧା ଚାହିଁପାରୁଛେ? No, we feel blinded. The rays blind us, make us blind. So similarly he କହୁଛି, no, your rays are not so powerful. The eyes of my beloved are much more powerful. So if they have not blinded you, look, if they have not blinded you, you can look at me. Just listen to what I am saying. And tomorrow late, don't come so early. He is warning the sun, threatening the sun. No, chiding the sun. Don't do it. Don't come. Don't disturb us so early in the morning. Tell me whether both the Indias of spice and mine be where thou left them, and lie here with me, or lie here with me. So tomorrow when you come back, please tell me two things. So by Indies, he means the West Indies and the East Indies. East Indies refers to the entire Indian subcontinent. And the entire Indian subcontinent was prized in the eyes of the traders for its valuable and exotic spices. Very famous for spices. So the East Indies and the West Indies, why were the West Indies famous? The West Indies were the Caribbean islands were newly discovered then. So he says that were thought to be rich sources of minerals. So, these places, you must have, when you rose in the morning, you must have gone to West Indies, you must have gone to East Indies, you must have gone to different places. So when you come back tomorrow, please come back and tell me that whether these lands are already there where you had left them, or they are there in my bedroom. So in a way, what exactly the poet is trying to tell you here, the entire world has contracted, it has become smaller. The world has become smaller, and this bedroom is the real world. ए रियल वर्ल्ड टा पूरा एते बड़ वर्ल्ड रु कन्फाइन हेकी कंट्राक्ट हेकी छोट हेकी वर्तमान आम बेडरूम भितर सेटा रही जाइछि. There is nothing called an outside world. This world is the world. And I don't think there is any other world outside. This world is the real world. So, so tomorrow you tell me whether both the Indias of spice and mine be where thou leftest them or lie here with me. So they must be lying here. So tell me whether they are lying here with me, they are contracted, squeezed into my bedroom, or you saw them there where you had left them. Ask for those kings whom you sawest yesterday, and thou shalt hear, all here in one bed lay. So he says, whatever kings you saw yesterday, and whatever lands you traveled across, they are not there. କାଲି ଆସିକି ମତେ କହିବୁ, they have all, there you can find them in my bedroom. You can find them in my bedroom. So Donne is saying, the poet is saying here that our world is the real world. There is no other world. I don't think the world has contracted into my bedroom. There no other world exists. So when you come to meet us tomorrow, please verify these things, verify these facts before you come. Whether the Indies are there, Indias are there, West Indies and the East Indies, whether they are there where you have left them, whether the kings and kingdoms are there where you have left them, or whether they have contracted into my world, my bedroom, our bedroom, bedroom of the lovers. So, she is all states and all princes, and I, nothing else is. For me, she is all states. She is the entire world. She is all princess. Beyond her, there is nobody important. She is the most important person. I, nothing else is. I am important. She is important. We are superior. This place is the world. Our bedroom is the world, entire world. Beyond our bedroom, there is no world. No other world exists. We are superior, and beyond the four walls of our bedroom, no other world exists. Princes do but play us. Compared to this, all honor is mimic and all wealth alchemy. So he is saying, what do princes, don't think princes are very, very important, very powerful, very mighty. They are superior to us. We are superior to them. There is nothing that should make the princess proud. Right? I am superior to all others. She is superior to all others. Compared to our honor, all honor is only a mimicry, an imitation. It has no value, valueless, worthless. And all wealth is alchemy. Alchemy, my dear friends, is the ancient search for a method of turning metals into gold. This was a method of turning metals into gold. During Donne's time, anyone who claimed to have found the secrets of alchemy, how to turn things into gold, metals into gold, he was thought to be a trickster, an imposter, a liar. ମିଛ କଥା କହୁଛି, ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଭୂତଉଛି ବୋଲି ସେତେବେଳେ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରାଯାଉଥିଲା. ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି all wealth is alchemy. All wealth is useless. There is no wealth. So everything is there in this world of ours, in this bedroom of ours. World has contracted into this place. World টা ছোট হইকি shrink করিকি am this is the world, beyond this there is no other world. And you are talking of power. What power you have? What power you have seen? Or all power is meaningless. All honor is mimic and imitation, mimicry, falsehood. They are not to be accepted, honored at all. So thou, son, you son, apostrophe, addressing the son as if it were a human being. And treating the son as a human being, that is also personification, but here he is addressing him, apostrophe, ApostrophE. Son, you are half as happy as we, in that the world is contracted thus. World has contracted thus. Now that the world has contracted, become smaller in size, you must be feeling delighted. Why? In the first line, what does he say? Old son. He addresses the son as old son. He says, busy old fool, unruly son, old fool. You have become old. So now that love is something that young people are supposed to fall in. Old people are not supposed to fall in love. So we are young and we are lovers. You are old. You are old, and therefore you don't respect love. So you are half as happy as we, in that the world contracted thus. Thine age asks ease. Ease is comfort. Now that you have become old, you need a little bit of rest. You must be happy that the world has contracted. World has become smaller. Because when the world has become smaller, you have to work less. Sun lights of the world. Sun travels from one side to the other. So now, since the world has contracted into the bedroom of the poet, the sun has to work less. And now that the sun has become old, it needs a little bit of comfort. And since their duties be to warm the world, what is your duty? Your duty is to warm the world, provide warmth to the world. That's done in warming us. If you warm us, since the world has it is confined within the four walls of our bedroom, and world has contracted and squeezed into our bedroom. तू आम बेडरूम टाको यदि वार्म करदेबू मते आ मो बिलोवेड को वार्म करदेबू, then you have performed your duty, and you must be happy also, because the world has become smaller. So you must be happy. Sign here to us, and thou are everywhere. So if you are signing on us and providing us warmth while we are lying in our beds, you have done your duty. You must be happy. You are everywhere, because the world is here only. So this bed is thy center. The bed is the center of the universe. And these walls are the sphere. This is where you have to move around. If you move around this, my bed, then it is equivalent to moving around the world, warming up everybody in this world. So, you might be asked a question as to how the sun rising is a metaphysical poem. So there you can write some characteristics of metaphysical poetry. Metaphysical poetry was spiritual, and it has religious themes. It focuses on love as the union of soul. It is not physical love. Love is not physical but spiritual, or platonic love. So metaphysical poetry talks about platonic love. Platonic, platonic love, love that is spiritual. And it uses literary devices as metaphors, spawn, paradoxes, personification, and many metaphors have been used in this poem. Metaphysical poets are men of high learning. They present new ideas and stories to readers. And because they are men of learning, metaphysical poets are men of learning, metaphysical poems are often ambiguous, obscure. I mean, the meaning is not very clear. It is ambiguous because it is a highly intellectualized poem. It is full of, because the men are full of knowledge. The metaphysical poets are full of knowledge, and therefore, they are, the poems are highly intellectual. Poems are brief and concise, but each line can be expanded into many lines. Metaphysical conceit in comparing the world into, what is metaphysical conceit? Comparison of two dissimilar things which have little in common. Two different things which have little in common. These are far-fetched comparison. ଗୋଟେ ଜବରଦସ୍ତ ତମେ ନେଇକି ଗୋଟେ comparison କରିବ between a spiritual aspect of a person and a physical thing. Between something spiritual and something physical. The wall contracting into the bedroom. My bedroom is the real world. So that is the example of a metaphysical conceit. And another characteristic of metaphysical poetry is its originality. Metaphysical poetry was highly unique and original in so far as the ideas and thoughts of the metaphysical poets was concerned. And some of the metaphysical poets were John Donne, George Herbert, Henry Vaughan, Andrew Marvell, Richard Crosser. So these were the metaphysical poets. I hope now you'll be able to answer this question very easily. Thank you very much.